Today I'm showing you guys a soft glam for spring, a spring wedding guest makeup tutorial. It's just a really natural looking full beat slash soft glam. I'm really obsessed with how it turned out, so keep watching the video to see everything I did. Okay, I'm gonna start out first prepping my face with the Rhode glazing milk. I have been really into this recently. I've been using it almost every single day. Next, I'm going into the NARS Light Reflecting Hydrating Primer. I really like this primer, and I never even would have thought twice about this seeing it in Sephora, but one of the Sephora workers is a makeup artist as well, and he swore up and down by this primer. He said it's what he uses on all his clients, and it's how you really get that reflecting, hydrating, glowy makeup. You see how hydrated and glowy my skin looks already just with those two products. I have very dry skin, so I have to do really hydrating skin prep. Now for my base products, I've really been loving layering these two. This is the Charlotte Tilbury foundation stick in the shade 4, and it is a very sheer formula, but I feel like it evens out my skin tone perfectly. And this is the perfect color. Y'all see that shade match? I kind of just put this all over my face, and then I also add on top, this is the Dior foundation stick. It is pricey, but it is so worth it in my opinion. This is shade 2CR, and this one is a little bit more full coverage, so I keep this towards the center points of my face. I will also use it down here towards my jawline though, and then I'm gonna blend all this out using this milk brush, and look at how perfect and flawless that made my skin look. These are my favorite complexion products, especially in the spring and summer, because it doesn't look too heavy. It still looks very natural. I go in next with the Charlotte Tilbury contour wand. This is in the shade medium. I've also been really into Charlotte Tilbury products recently, so you'll see a few of them in today's video. I put the contour in all of these places, and then I blend it out. This is actually a Rare Beauty blush brush, but I like using it for my contour, and you can see how easily this just blends into my skin. There's no patchiness, no muddiness. It is such a good formula. Okay, next I'm going to go into blush. This is the brand new Haus Labs Fuse Glassy Blush Balm in the shade Glassy Cyan. It's like the most beautiful sun-kissed blush color. I just put this on my cheek and then on my nose, forehead, and chin. I like my blush color blending throughout my whole face. I feel like it makes everything look more cohesive. And then I'm gonna use this double-sided Haus Labs brush to just blend that out. And it really is glassy. Like, none of these products have mattified my face at all. Next I go on with concealer. This has been my favorite concealer duo recently. It's the Kosas Magic Color Corrector. It's a pink under eye corrector that just like neutralizes my under eyes. I just do a very little dot, and then I'm gonna blend it out with this Haus Labs concealer brush. And then this is the Natasha Denona. It's more of a full coverage concealer. I got the shade R4, and I just put that on my chin, around my nose, under my eyes, and then on my cheeks. And then I'm just gonna blend it out with the same exact Haus Labs brush. And I do also blend my under eye concealer up the sides of my nose as kind of a reverse contour. I'm gonna do just a little bit more on this side. And then I immediately go in with setting powder. I have recently been using the Huda Beauty Cupcake setting powder like every single day. I also love the Huda Beauty Cherry Blossom setting powder and the Kosas Cloud Set pink setting powder. So I really just rotate between those three. Look how airbrushed it makes the side of my face. I just put this everywhere that I put concealer. And then I didn't put any concealer on my forehead. I typically don't really do forehead makeup. I need to get better about that. But I do take a little bit of the setting powder on a fluffy brush, and I kind of just brush over my forehead. Because I don't want to completely mattify my forehead, but I do want to control shine a little bit. And look at how perfect that made my skin look. I'm going in next with the Charlotte Tilbury highlighter wand. I use the shade Spotlight. This is such a beautiful highlighter. It blends into your skin so beautifully. It's not too sparkly. It just looks like a really natural glowing from within type of highlighter, and I put this pretty high up on my cheekbones, and I just blend this in with literally any brush. And I haven't had any problems putting this on top of powder, but if you want, you can put it on before you set your face. I also like putting a little bit below my eyebrow and right here where the sun would hit my forehead, and I also add some to the tip of my nose and down the bridge of my nose. Now I'm taking this Bare Minerals highlighting blush. This is going to keep that glowy skin effect alive that we want, but it is going to add a beautiful flush of color back to our face, and this is in the shade Peach Glow. I'm going in with the opposite end of my Haus Labs double-sided brush, and I do also add some to my eyelids as well. Okay, now I'm going to take this Kosas powder bronzer. This has been one of my favorite powder bronzers recently because it's not too much. This is the Sun Show Beachy Bronzer from Kosas, and I take this on a pretty big brush. This is a double-sided hourglass brush, and just on the big side, I'm just going to put this around the perimeter of my face, and then on my cheeks, around my jawline, down the nose. And then another one of my favorite things to do in the spring and summertime is adding on some sort of shimmer to my inner corner. I used to use the Benefit Cookie highlighter. This is still a great option, but for a more controlled approach, I've been using this Charlotte Tilbury. It's like a double-sided eyeliner wand. I use the lighter side, and I just do a point on the inner corner of my eye, just like that. You see how it just like brightens and opens up my face. It's very subtle, but I feel like it definitely makes a difference. I also go in with bronzer on my lower lash line. I'm just gonna take like any tiny brush I have, really on just the outer half of my lower lash line. I feel like this adds a bit of dimension to my eyes. And then I'll also maybe use this to contour my nose just a little bit more. And then for my lips, I'm just gonna go in with this Makeup Forever Anywhere Caffeine Liner, and then this Jisoo Honey Infused Lip Oil. It's a really beautiful like peachy shimmer color. The shade is Glazed Plum. This is definitely not plum. And then to top everything off, my favorite long-lasting glowy setting spray is the Urban Decay All Nighter Extra Glow, the purple bottle. If you want to be more matte, one size on till dawn, duh, or you can layer the two, but I prefer glowy makeup, so. And then on my body, I add on the Patrick Ta Major Glow Nourishing Bronzing Body Oil. I also have his body butter. I use like all Patrick Ta products on my body. But yeah, that is my completed spring wedding guest makeup makeup tutorial. I feel like this is perfect. It's not too much. It's very glowy and natural still, but it'll literally make your skin look perfect. I have a couple weddings coming up as well, and I'm definitely going to be doing this routine for them. Also, my mascara is the Glam 24 karat gold double-sided mascara. I've been loving it. It looks amazing. But yeah, I hope you guys like this tutorial. Make sure to like and comment what other videos you want to see me do next, and subscribe to me if you haven't already. Bye.